Welcome back to the news at 10. Fidelity Bank PLC has renovated and upgraded the Kwali Vesico-Vaginal Fistula Center in Kano State as part of its corporate social responsibility. Commissioning the 100-bed capacity VVF Center, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje said the state government and the Emirates are already looking into ways of stopping underage marriage, which is a major contributing factor to the disease.
Vesico-vaginal fistula, VVF, has remained a plague in northern Nigeria. According to the World Health Organization, no fewer than 800 women suffer from the disease every year in Nigeria, and it's more prevalent in the north, with Kano having the largest share of victims. This worrisome situation has prompted Fidelity Bank PLC to collaborate with the Kano State government to renovate and upgrade the Kwali VVF Center.
Our corporate social responsibility philosophy, which is really aimed at three major areas: environment, education, health and social welfare. And what we try to do in every community we operate in is to identify areas of need by the community, and then we come up with solutions that will be impactful almost immediately.
Characterized by continuous and uncontrollable leakage of urine, the disease is common in underage girls.
The ministry is collaborating with the United Nations Funds to maximally access the benefit of its program on women empowerment as a step forward to existing arrangement with Fistula Foundation in rehabilitation and empowering women with VVF calamity.
Governor Abdullahi Ganduje explains that the northern leaders are already finding solutions to the problem.
Marriage of underaged girls. Because of this, His Royal Highness the Imam of Kano has constituted a very powerful committee of ulama to look into this issue and ensure public enlightenment on underage marriage. This is one of the ways that will prevent the effect of this very, very harmful disease.
As critical as the situation is, majority of Nigerians are still ignorant of the disease. It is necessary that enlightenment of the populace about VVF is sustained to find a lasting solution to the problem.
We're here in Lagos, where the University of Lagos now has a new chancellor in the person of the Shehu of Borno, Dr. Abubakar El-Kanemi. Dr. El-Kanemi was installed during the 17th convocation of the university. Our correspondent Loretta Chogo reports that UNILAG has also produced its first ever graduating.
I hereby constitute this assembly as the Congregation of the University of Lagos for the purpose of conferring higher degrees on the students of the School of Postgraduate Studies who are qualified for them during the 2014-2015 academic session.
With that, the assembly is constituted, and the program for the third day of the 48th University of Lagos convocation begins. Events begin with the installation of the 7th Chancellor of the institution, Dr. Abubakar El-Kanemi, who is also marking his 7th year on the throne as the Shehu of Borno. He promises to uphold the tenets of the institution.
We must continue to collectively promote and sustain the cherished value and acquisition of knowledge and skill which the university is noted for over the years. Therefore, it is imperative for me to use this unique opportunity to appeal for your continuous and unrelenting support and cooperation to lend helping hands to the university to pursue all its academic program peacefully. With our collective resolve and support, I'm sure that this university would keep standing for the present and future generation, and indeed meet its mandate as envisioned by its founding fathers by continuously providing the much-needed leadership and manpower requirement of the nation for many years to come.
The Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Rahman Bello, mounts the podium with so much excitement about the quality of graduates churned out from the institution. He says the university is graduating a total of 10,907 students this year. 71 PhD degree holders, 4,973 masters, and 391 postgraduate diploma certificate holders.
I'm most delighted to inform this gathering that among this cohort of 4th-degree graduates, a student of this university has broken a record, graduating with a perfect score, having obtained a cumulative grade point average of 5.00 over 5.00. This means he scored A's in all courses he took in the program. He is Mr. Yodele Daniel Dada of the Department of Psychology. Congratulations to Mr. Dada, who has set a record for others to meet. The University of Lagos continues to maintain tradition of excellence and of producing quality graduates that do compete favorably with their counterparts all over the world. This is in line with our vision, and we have vigorously maintained this tradition over the years.
The convocation was well attended by first-class traditional rulers, including the Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II, the Sultan of Sokoto, Sahad Abubakar, and the Lagos monarch, Ruwan Akiolu, academia, parents, and friends of the graduates. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
And it's time now for business news. Here's Adeshawa Josh.
You first. First Bank.
Welcome to Business News. The federal government has raised 329.93 billion naira worth of Treasury bills at higher returns at an auction on Wednesday. Data from the central bank shows that 45.85 billion naira was sold in 3-month paper at 5.18%, up from 4.85%. The Apex Bank raised 62 billion naira of 6-month debt at 7.57% from 7.3%. While the 1-year paper fetched 222.08 billion naira at 9% compared with 8.98% previously. Total subscription rose to 813.52 billion naira from 513.71 billion naira at the last auction. The 3-month bills closed at 4.82% on the secondary market on Wednesday. The 6-month traded at 7.7%, while the 1-year paper closed at 8.93%. Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum, Ms. Dr. Ibe Kachiku, has confirmed that key members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, will meet with other producers in Russia on March the 20th to renew talks on an agreement to curb oil output. Speaking in Abuja on Thursday, Dr. Kachiku says the Moscow meeting is part of the measures designed to stabilize crude oil prices and fine-tune collaborative strategies among producers. Mr. Kachiku, along with oil ministers of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Venezuela, had been speaking and seeking agreement with non-OPEC producers such as Russia on the need to freeze output and shore up historic low oil prices, which Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari described last week as unacceptable. Manufacturers in Nigeria have been challenged to look inwards and take advantage of the value chain available in the country to source raw materials for their businesses. This advice was given by the Ogun State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Bimbo Ashiru, while on a facility tour of Sonia Foods Industries, manufacturers of household tomato paste called Sonia Tomato Paste. While assuring international best practices in its production, the company's group managing director, Nnadewe Nnamdi, promised to continue to give value for money to its customers across the country.
Located at kilometer 10, Shotubo, Shagamu in Ogun State, Sonia Foods Industries, makers of Sonia Tomato Paste, has been in operation in Nigeria for the past 5 years. The company enjoys over 20% share of the competitive Nigerian market, producing quality tomato paste at affordable prices.
It's a special product that is different from every other product in the market because of the taste, the content, the health content of our tomato paste. We make sure we source for this raw material, get it, and bring it out the way it will serve our nation.
The standard has attracted the Ogun State government to the company to see what it has to offer. After the facility tour, the group managing director bears his mind on the current foreign exchange policy of the federal government.
But one item had been delisted from access to foreign exchange necessary for the purchase of raw materials for processing and production of finished goods. We make a strong appeal to igniting the leadership of our dear President Muhammad Buhari to urgently come to our aid by granting us a window of 18 months during which we will be able to access foreign exchange that will enable us to effectively achieve backward integration.
The representative of the Ogun State government, however, challenges manufacturers on the need for backward integration by taking advantage of the value chains existing in the market to source their raw materials.
Let us start looking inward and ensure that we do the right thing. But on our own part too, wherever we think that the policy is not helping industrialists, it's not helping manufacturers, we will engage and we will escalate to the necessary level and discuss with them and let them know that, oh, this policy is affecting people. As a local manufacturer, I think your company is the first company that is producing this in Ogun State.
In spite of the daunting challenges, Sonia Foods Industries says it's been able to provide quality tomato paste as well as employment opportunities to Nigerians.
The bullish sentiment of the Nigerian stock market enters sixth session as Dangote Cement surges ahead. Here's Tempula Shaju with more on the market rally.
Thank you for joining in on this edition of Stock Market Report. Welcome. The bullish momentum continued at the Nigerian equities market on the back of yet another impressive rally in heavyweight Dangote Cement. A total of 317.47 million shares valued at 2.26 billion naira exchanged in 3,335 deals. The key broad index jumped by 1.65% to end Thursday's session at 25,816.29, while the market capitalization increased to 8.88 trillion naira. Bank stocks dominated the volume chart as seen in the shares of FCMB, Zenith Bank and FBN Holdings. Dangote Cement remains the top price gainer with 5%. CAP and PZ also posted gains. On the flip side, 7-Up led the day's price losers, which also includes Seplat and international breweries. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I'm Tempula Shaju.
Thanks a lot, Temple. We also have closing figures from other major markets around the world. Let's take a look. And that's Business News Tonight. The news at 10 continues in a moment. I'm Adeshewa Josh.
You first. First Bank.
The management of the Bank of Industry has reiterated its resolve to support efforts to finance infrastructural development in the country. At the commissioning of a 24-kilowatt microgrid solar electrification system in Kolwa community in Gombe State, the acting managing director and CEO of the bank explained that gains of solar energy are quite enormous.
This couldn't have come at a better time. A partnership and a rare occurrence to improve electricity for millions of people in Kaltungo local government area of Gombe State using alternative sources, in this case, solar energy. The acting managing director and chief executive officer of the Bank of Industry at the commissioning of the electricity project in Gombe is of the view that more can be achieved to building the nation's infrastructure using the latest technologies.
Solar power has emerged as a tested solution to rural electrification challenge and is now the cheapest source of electricity for more than 1/3 of Africa's population, a figure that will continue to increase as the cost of solar power continues to decline.
The 24 kilowatts microgrid solution is part of BOI's solar energy program in partnership with UNDP. The partnership affords the bank an opportunity for long-term financing for the installation. The biggest gainer here is the people.
The choice of color for this project is the culmination of an extensive statewide feasibility study by the Bank of Industry and a series of consultations between the state government and the bank. Colwa community qualified for the program because it has met the basic requirement and has a minimum of 200 to 250 households required for the project.
The Bank of Industry promises to provide the sum of 44 million naira to GVE Projects Limited at a concessionary interest rate of 7% for 15 years to get each home within the catchment area with uninterrupted solar electricity to power at least 3 LED light bulbs, an electricity fan, a radio and a television set, just enough to make living worthwhile.
Oral care toothpaste producer Unilever Nigeria has launched a partnership with the Nigerian Dental Association to commemorate this year's World Oral Health Day. At the launch in Lagos, Nigerian parents were asked to give more attention to the prevention of oral health diseases in children.
This forum is part of activities staged to commemorate the World Oral Health Day, scheduled to hold on the 20th of this month. And frontline promoter of dental hygiene, Unilever Nigeria, has decided to partner the Nigerian Dental Association on this annual event by pressing home its message with Pt.3, one of its oral solution variants.
It is as simple as starting to brush your teeth twice a day and at night. Yeah? And that will already solve a large majority of the issues that can suddenly then turn to worse and worse conditions beyond the mouth itself. And that is why it is so important to drive this program.
For this year's World Oral Health Day celebrations, our activities include brushing day and night campaign to reach over 2,000 primary school pupils, health awareness walk from youth over a 10-kilometer distance, Ijearaba to Jibo bus stop, Lagos and along Korodu Road.
Unilever says it's on a mission to improve oral health care in children. Its focal point is to consistently communicate this message through the young ones.
I pledge to brush today, I pledge to brush night, I pledge to get my parents to brush day and night. A round of applause for the children.
We love to eat chocolate, and at the same time, we don't want to get our teeth stained. What can we do?
Where you cannot get hold of your brush to brush your teeth, make sure you use water to rinse your mouth.
But what makes the World Oral Health Day significant?
This is an annual program we usually undertake to preach the message of good oral health care to the average Nigerian. And the key messages are three. We talk about the fact that the oral health is an integral part of general health.
We are committed to create a better world, and by preventing oral health diseases, we believe we can make a big contribution to that.
It's the old business about oral care. It is more prevention than curative. And if we're able to reach these children at a tender age, before those habits have been formed, then we've significantly dealt with this issue.
Using this product twice daily, morning and night, you are sure to have very good oral health.
Unilever Pepsodent is made of perlite, microcalcium and fluoride, as well as mint ingredients, all of which help to address the three basic needs of cavities, stains and bad breath.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Coach Samson Siase invites 42 players for the double-header against the Pharaohs of Egypt as the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers resume later this month. More in sports news. Please join us again.